Good morning, boys. We've just finished our 45 minutes of cardio. Did an extra 15 today, knowing that I won't be training. Did our usual 5:30 wake up now. Went for our walk, 50 push-ups. Got some water down, cold shower, and did some reading. And I always listen to a book on the treadmill in the morning. A book or nothing. And it talked about this thing called hypnotic rhythm, which it's the last form of thing that happens once a habit has been formed, where your life becomes in a rhythm, in motion. And you can control this. You can control this through what you decide your habits are. But it talks about the fact that you need to have a goal. Otherwise, you will drift and you will feel lost and you will feel really fucking confused. Because if you don't have a goal to work towards, then how can you control the inputs towards that goal? How can you set habits up to ensure that you achieve that goal? And it makes complete sense. Because if you have a goal and you control the inputs, then you can form habits around it. Yeah, some of the habits might suck. Like cardio's not that fun, cold showering's not that fun. But I know I want to be a man of discipline. And I know that aligns with being that. So if your goal is to be disciplined, you have to align habits that cause you to be disciplined. And eventually you will end up in a hypnotic rhythm. And it's a cool thing to realize, but it's also scary because it made me realize why I was so addicted to shitty foods and the drinking and the drugs and the going out and the partying. It made me realize that if you don't take control over it, and if you don't own up to it and look at yourself and realize, fuck, something needs to change here, you will be stuck in the cycle. And you have to want to change. Like if you enjoy going out and drinking all the time and partying and the drugs and whatever, like if you're actually fulfilled and you're actually happy, then keep doing it, but I don't think you are. But it is scary to know that it is scary to know that habits form everything. Your mind, what you consume, everyone around you. But it's also fucking good to know. And it just, like when I say it, it makes complete and utter sense. But when you're in it, like when I was drinking all the time, when I was doing the drugs, when I was controlling bad inputs, I didn't really realize how bad it was. But looking back at the fact that I got done drink driving, tore my knee, got kicked out of university, that's fucking atrocious. Like when I look at myself and think about that, that is bullshit. But it's what's shaped me. And it's what's helped me. And I get to share that opportunity. I get to share my story. And I get to connect through the pain that I felt in the hope to help others. And that's fucking cool. Because I came to the realization that everything I went through was for a reason. I went through it so I could help others to get out of it like I did. Because that's what makes me the most fulfilled. I was at the gym this morning, walking on the treadmill, and I looked around, and it's in my notes, but I thought to myself, how cool is it that you get to walk into the gym every morning and you get to see other people winning. You get to see other people trying to improve, and that's fucking cool. That is so cool to me. That there's other people out there that are like-minded and they want to get better, and they're in there trying to get better. They're building their confidence back, and they're chasing real dopamine. And it's crazy. It's crazy to me that some people will go through life like I did, but for their whole life. Some people never get the opportunity, or never think they have the opportunity to do something different, to be better. They've got so lacking self-belief. And it honestly makes me feel bad. Because I know how they feel. I know their pain. And if you are going through that, I feel you. I know your pain. I feel terrible for you. I know how you're feeling. But you can change. You can. It's not the fact it's not the drinking or the drugs. And I'm not going to come on here and say an addictions aren't real, because they are. They 100% are. But I think you can change in terms of the habits you do leading up to where you would drink or you would do drugs. Because at the end of the day, a habit is formed through a cue, and a cue causes you to want a reward. So if you can mitigate the cue, then you're less likely to want that reward. And I know that's probably hard, because you probably drink in the evening after you get home from work, or every Saturday, or every Friday night after work, whenever it may be. Now I'm going to preface to say that I'm not going to tell you you shouldn't drink. If you're here watching and you can happily control your drinking and you enjoy it and you splurge out every now and again, then you do you. But if you know you're out of control, if you put yourself in the position of, if all your mates are going out on the weekend and you say, okay, I'm going to come out, but I'm not going to drink. That's your cue to be like, okay, I'm not going out at all. Because you know you're going to drink. Or you know you're going to do drugs. And I only know this because I did it. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll come out, but I'm not drinking. I don't think so. But at the end of the day, your habits do define you. Your thoughts do define you. And your mindset and environment do define you. Like if your friends are always drinking and eating bad foods, what do you expect to happen? It's just going to happen. So, and to be honest, your friends at the moment might only be your friends because you are currently they are currently who showed up in your life at that time. When there's a world full of people, because we're so closed-minded, there's literally a world full of people you can connect with on the internet. There's literally 67 of you here today, and yeah, I check every day because it makes me feel grateful. Because 67's more than 0, and if I can connect with that many people, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's because we're comparing to people that have hundreds of thousands. But what's the point in that? We're all at different stages. And that's another thing. You're in your stage. Whatever stage you're in, that is your stage you're in. You can't compare. And I need to hear that sometimes, because I'm not where I want to be, but I'm also a lot further along than where I was. So I guess the underlying message of this one, because this was literally straight off the top of the head, is that a hypnotic rhythm is formed through habit, but a habit's only formed through a cue. Cue, reward. So if you can cut the cue, then you're less likely to have that reward. So if you stop scrolling or go on your phone at 10 o'clock the night before, it's way easier to get up at 5:30 in the morning. And before you're saying, oh, I can't do that, it's like, all right, bro, you can't then. What do you want me to do about it? You can. Of course you can. If other people in the world can go to sleep at 10 o'clock and get up at 5:30, I think you can do it too. But you just have to control what you can control. So if your friends say, we're going out this weekend, maybe just say, I'm not going to come, if you know that you're just going to end up drinking. Control your cue. And put it, if you have an addiction, you can put it to good use. You can. Like if you've got an addictive personality, honestly, it's a superpower. Because you can channel it into cool things, into things you actually want to do. It just takes time. It's like anything. You would have started off drinking not much, and over time, you probably drink a shitload now. Or you eat a shitload of shitty food, or whatever. You get the point. But you can just transfer that into something else. So yeah, control your habits through controlling the cue and the reward. So if you cut the cue, you won't want the reward. And that can be transferred into anything. So you can make new cues for new rewards. And yeah, love you boys. If you stayed to the end, thank you. This one might have been a bit boring, but want to stay consistent because consistency is absolutely key. So if you made it to the end, love you, brother. And yeah.